All right, I'm recording just so everybody knows. Welcome to the third part of coaching is not selling, it's filling a void. If you have not been following along with the last two calls, I know some of you may be a little bit lost. So I did post in the event invite the recordings to part one and part two. But the basis of these calls are to show you what our team is like, the impact it can have on not only your life, but the people's lives that you touch along the way. Because so many people through social media see coaches posting about their workouts, tagging their friends, talking about trips they go on, maybe financial things that they're able to do now that they're a coach and they weren't able to before. And it can really seem pretty cliche as far as network marketing goes. And I wanted to basically share with you what goes on behind the scenes and how coaching has made a huge impact on so many people's lives because I made the decision. And then it gives you the chance to be able to make the decision by being well informed. The first call that I did, we talked about how everybody has that one thing out there that just seems to loom over their head that keeps them awake at night because they're stressed out, keeps them from having as much fun as they could have while they're with their friends or their family because there's this constant stress or this constant longing for something that your life is missing. And that's what coaching can do. Everybody has different stories. Everybody has different wants and needs, and everybody is motivated by different things. And that's one thing that I like to work individually, and I've trained everybody on my team to treat everybody as an individual because everybody has a different story and everybody has different goals. Oftentimes, a lot of people have similar goals, but each person is different. I know the way I'm motivated is definitely different than the way my husband's motivated, and his goals are different than my goals. And so I treat everybody as an individual. And the second call I really highlighted, and some of you may not have kids, but if you have kids, as they grow up, and as you get older, for me and Ryan's, in our example, we realize how much our actions make a huge impact on our children because we have teenage children and now Rebel, who's 5, and we were very young when we had the older kids, and now we're seeing that all of our actions really impact them. And that sounds stupid to admit that out loud, but some people just don't realize the impact. And coaching has had a great impact on our kids because they're a lot more positive. They're dreaming big. They're doing things that we never did because we didn't have that same lifestyle as children. So if you are a parent and missed part 2, I do highly recommend you go back and watch that call because coaching and the decisions you make every day, whether it's to live a healthier lifestyle or to, work out, not work out, to become a coach or to quit, whatever it is, those things are being watched by your children and they really do matter. So tonight's call is part 3. The next one is going to be on Monday at 9:30. I've been alternating all 5 calls that I'm doing over the course of February just because I know people are different on East Coast, West Coast, and everybody has different time schedules, and I'm trying to make it accommodating for people. But tonight's call, I'm going to be talking about really what the ideal coach is. I want to share with you my story. When I became a customer on January 28th, 2012, I had no idea at all that coaching was a possibility. My coach was somebody who was a stranger that I found on Facebook, and many of you, if you are coaches, or many of you who are new coaches or might become coaches, you will find people that are strangers that take the leap of faith on you. And for me, it was Becky, my coach. And if you're not following her, you should. She's under Becky Brossett, Brossett. Because if you become part of the team, you get her, which is such a great part of the package. But I took a chance on her to be my coach. I didn't realize what I'd be getting out of it. I gained a best friend. I gained a family member. And so did my husband, and so did my kids with her whole family, not just because of the business, but we gained family. And that's something that people don't realize, that as a coach, I want to be your best friend. I want to be your family. I'm going to end up telling you I love you because we're going to get that close. And that's my promise to everybody. And it may sound really silly in the beginning, but it's something that really brings us close together. But to share my story is I was 13 days into P90X and drinking Shakeology, and everything was going great. I lost a whole pant size. I did what anybody would do when something exciting happens in their life: share it on social media. I was barely a newish mom to 3. My husband worked out of town 7 days at a time. So I didn't have anybody to talk to except through Facebook. That was my only adult interaction. So I naturally shared, oh my God, I lost a pant size. And I'm sure anybody can relate that when you have that kind of news, you're excited about it and you want to tell somebody because you want somebody to give you a pat on the back because you worked hard for it. Well, with that came tons of people asking questions. And again, remember, I knew nothing about the coach opportunity at the time. So I kept saying, just contact my coach. And I would, tell them who her name was. And then that's when she texted me because we were exchanged numbers as soon as I became a customer. And she said, you really should become a coach. So I'm going to tell you what I told her. I said, oh, I don't want to be a coach. Remember, I knew nothing about coaching up until that point. I did not even have any idea that it was an option, but I said no. So if you're a coach, when you get told no by people, understand that most of the time, I would say 90% of the time when people say no, they're saying no to an option that they don't even know anything about. At least in my case, that was it. So I said no. And then she said, well, I would just hate for me to be helping all of your friends and you're the one who inspired them. And I said, I don't know. And then it kind of got my curiosity going. She was like, because you can earn money. And I mean, we were okay financially, but everybody, I think, would like to earn some extra money, right? So I said, well, what would it take, And I made sure that I let her know right off the bat that I wasn't really for sure, but I was just, wanting to know, just in case. And she said, you're doing what you're doing. And I see people every day on Facebook posting positive things, sharing things about their healthy meals, or they're wanting to get healthy. And maybe they're not doing Beachbody workouts or drinking Shakeology, but they're posting about their life. And I have friends out there who are always positive and trying to keep the positivity going. I'm thinking, this is what we do as coaches. And the one thing that I told her was, I don't have enough time. And she said, well, you can do it in your spare time. You can do it whenever you want at your pace. So I was like, okay, well, that answer is invalid. And then I told her, well, I don't know a lot of people. Like I literally had like maybe 200 friends on Facebook. And she said, well, I can help you through social media, help other people. And you already have a huge amount of people who are interested right now. So I thought, okay, well, she's kind of right there. And then I said, well, I'm really busy and, I haven't finished P90X. I'm only 13 days in. I don't have the results. And she's like, well, obviously people are already interested and you have results. That's all it takes. You don't have to be at your most ideal fit state to be a coach. And I said, well, I don't know anything about health or anything. This is just something new. She's like, you'll learn along the way. And so after all those excuses, I thought, well, might as well, because I couldn't come up with anything else to make her just go away. And I realized as she was saying this, she wasn't argumentative. She wasn't pressuring me into doing this. She was just basically explaining to me and making me come to the realization that all of my excuses were not well informed. They were based on fear and, lack of knowledge on my part. And now I look at it and reason that I said no to coaching is exact opposite now. Now I work full-time as a coach from home, have been doing it after 21 months of being a coach. I was able to walk away from my full-time job. We have several people on our team who became coaches when their children were just infants and they never had to return to work. We have several moms from different walks of life that have been able to work hard for under 2 years and then be able to come home to their family. So now that excuse that I have is totally invalid. I now have all the time in the world. The point of me saying I didn't have a lot of friends, right now I am maxed out on friends. I have 5,000 Facebook friends and almost 18,000 Facebook followers on my fan page. So there you go. I didn't have any friends and now I do. And I shared with her that I didn't finish P90X and I didn't know a lot about health or fitness, so I didn't think I could inspire anyone. And now I have completed so many programs that I can't even count. I have inspired people just even through with my flaws and ups and downs. I had one person message me today saying, I'm ready to get started now. I've been following you on your page for 2 years and you just inspire me. And I thought, God, the last 2 years have been really rocky for me. If you followed me for, the last 6 months, the struggles that I've gone through, but I've still inspired everybody. So I just think, had I said no, and said, no, I mean it, or she didn't even come up with anything to help me realize that it was just fear and, uninformed decision that I was making, how many lives would be impacted? There are I have over 100, I haven't even done a report, but last I checked, over 100 personally sponsored coaches that are active and said yes to me, and they have coaches under them, and I have people are on this call right now that are still with me that were my original coaches in 2012. And so I think, one person that's on this call has lost 100 plus pounds, another one almost 60, I think. What would their lives be like if I said no? What would their lives be like if my coach just got discouraged the first time I said no? That's one thing that I want to share with you as you may be thinking about coming on as a coach, or maybe you're a new coach that just jumped on, because I know there's a couple hour old new coach on here. But when people say no, I actually heard statistically you have to people say no at least on average 12 times before they say yes. Some of my biggest rock stars on my team have said no for 1 to 2 years. In fact, some of the people that have joined Team Relentless this month already, have been following me for 2 to 3 years. So the thing is, I'm just glad that I said yes, because it's made a huge impact on everybody. And that's what I want to share with everybody that is on this call or listens to the recording, is that all those things that I said were invalid. And I want to let everybody know that everything that my coach said was true. I could go at my own pace. I would inspire people. I would pick up friends along the way, and I would stick to it because I was a coach. Because I was a coach, because I held myself publicly accountable, because I shared what I was doing, and Melissa Bartow joined me. We both finished P90X together. She'd actually tried P90X twice with her husband and never completed it. But when we did it together, we finished, and it felt amazing to do together. And so I just think, what if I had said no? I truly do not believe that I would have completed P90X. Without a doubt, I would not have. But the point is, with coaching is, so I want you to think about what you think an ideal coach is. I know at the time I thought somebody had to have, abs of steel, know everything about how many grams of protein and carbs you had to take in to get results, and that they had to have some degree. And I realize now that as long as you feel passionate about what you do, as long as you believe in what you do, people want in with what you're doing. If you're excited about it, that's what they want. That's one thing we talked about on the first call, is so many people just go in and day out with really no purpose other than to get up out of bed, force themselves to go to work because it's just what we do, come home, do the mundane things just to start it all over again. And there's that void in their life. And coaching brings excitement. And I see that still in our team 4 years later. Last night we did a call, my husband and I, for one of his coaches, Adam, who has been working really hard since November. He's lost 40 pounds. He has inspired so many people to join him and believe that they too can be a successful coach and come home from the oil field and stop watching their children grow up over Facebook. And what he said, I wrote down. He said, I feel like I'm living now. I have something to live for finally. And that is exactly what we give people, is that enthusiasm, something to go for, because most people just go through life just doing what you think you should do. And for me, I had children. I loved my children, but there was still that I needed purpose. I needed something that was satisfying and fulfilling, and helping people is something that I believe you never get tired of. And that's all we do, is help people. So you don't have to have, you're a rock hard body. You don't have to have lost 100 pounds because the coach on this call who's lost 100 pounds, she's inspired people along her whole journey at 40 pounds lost, 60 pounds, 80 pounds. So there's not a certain weight that you have to be at. You don't have to have all this knowledge, because Melissa and I both, we were learning as we went, and we've gotten better. I look back on this day feature on Facebook, and I look at the things that I was eating and the things that I was doing 3 years ago, or right when I became a coach this time 4 years ago, and so much has changed. And I'm glad that I didn't just take myself out of the category of ever being coach material because of what I thought was coach material. One of the things that I think is so important is so many people just, if they don't have the information, they just automatically assume things. And so that's why we do these calls, is to share with you that there is no such thing as an ideal coach. What I want to share with everybody is, everybody I meet is coach material. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how shy you are. It doesn't matter how many times you failed in the past. It doesn't matter what degree you have. It doesn't matter what part of the, if you live in Canada or the United States. I don't care if you're male, female, what race you are coach material. You have the ability to change lives. If you believe it and you have somebody who tells you that you can do it, you will do it. And that is one thing that I have instilled in my team. I've had people come onto the team and coaches that have had people come on to with them that were shy, that didn't know how to make friends, that didn't think that they could do this. They didn't believe in themselves. And as we've all worked together as a team, we've become a family, and we've helped one another through one thing after the other that are totally outside of coaching, just about relationships, kids. We've watched each other's children grow up, and we've just stuck together, and we've helped people come out of their shells. We've helped people get through, losses of family members. We've celebrated births within our team. And that's what it's all about, is that void, is filling that and giving somebody purpose. And when you have to get up every day and go to work and you don't like it, it's not fun anymore. But with coaching, it's stayed fun because it's new people, it's a new challenge, it's new stories, and a new person to help and a new person to add to your family. And so what I wanted to share with you is that so many people think that I've heard it before. Oh, somebody is a fitness expert, or they're they teach Zumba, or they are a trainer, or they're this or that, or they're in marketing or whatever. So they'll be a great coach. Everybody's a great coach. We have on our team a home health aide and a nursing student. I was a licensed insurance agent, install coordinator and dispatcher, a farmer, somebody who actually farms in Kansas, a senior finance assistant, a receptionist, florist, bartender, special education teacher, security officer, bookkeeper, national level swimming coach, payroll administrator, homemaker, RN coordinator, manufacturing plant quality control, customer service rep, nurse, conservationist, administrative assistant, restaurant manager, call center supervisor, travel agent, teacher, photographer, police dispatcher. Those are just to name a few. So these are very diverse, backgrounds and careers that people got involved. And, I have been told as a coach inviting people to join our team, and went to people and said, I see the ability that you have, and I want to share this with you because I have a gift for you. And I've been told no way more times than I've ever been told yes. It's to the point that I get told no so much that it doesn't even bother me anymore, because you know what I say is eventually you're going to come around. Eventually something I say is going to fill that void that you have, that you finally snap. So I don't worry about it. It's one of those things. I think, like, if you're a parent, you probably can understand this. All it takes to be a successful coach is to be consistent and be firm about it. And that's one thing when you're a coach and you're excited about it and you are enthusiastic and you're inviting people, the more you talk about it, the more people start to notice. And it's one thing that, if you have a child and you tell them stop doing that, they're not going to automatically listen. But you keep saying it and you keep showing that you mean it and that is not going to change. Eventually people start buying into it and they start wanting to join you. I know with my kids, I've had to tell them over and over again, no, before they finally got it. And that's the way I feel about coaching, is people have told me no. And then as they've watched me, as year 1 went by, year 2 went by, year 3 went by, and now I'm 4 years in, and they've watched the people like Melissa Bartow and Sam Thornton, who are on this call, who've been with me for 4 years, and Cassandra, who's been with me for 2 years, and all these people, and they're seeing the love that we have back and forth to each other, the support we're giving each other, the support that they're not getting at home or in the relationship or at work, and they're not appreciated. Then they start to realize that this is something bigger than just a pyramid scheme, like so many people automatically assume, not even knowing what a pyramid scheme is. Well, this is something that is ideal for everybody. There is no such thing as an ideal coach, but this opportunity is ideal for everybody. I've watched the people who come in and they don't believe in themselves, but I say, please just follow what I say for 6 months. Give me 6 months and do what I've been doing and duplicate what you see me doing. And those that do that, and some people do it at their own pace, they are the ones who succeed. I will tell you that coaches that come in and say that they can't do it and refuse to do the things that, are the successful coaches are doing and we encourage you to do, they don't last. But that's not for everybody. But I've had people that at the time, coaching just wasn't right for them, and then it became right for them at a time. And so that's one thing that I want to say to anybody who's on this call or listening to this recording, that now might not be the right time for you. And it's not for everybody. Not everybody is willing to put in what I put in, and that's fine. There is no shame in that or no harm in that. But when you do go all in, you get so much more out of it than weight loss. You get so much more out of it than financial freedom. You get so much more out of it than the trips that we get. There's something that's so indescribable that you don't understand until you are part of our team. And so to end this call, I wanted to share with you two things. I'm inviting you for the next week to join our team page, our Team Relentless page that is blocked off and private to the world, and it's only open for coaches. So I'm opening up the invitations to let you come into our Team Relentless group for a week. And then after a week, you can decide if you want to be part of this team, if you like the culture. And our culture is really about family and love and support and helping one another get better than they were the day before. Not perfect, but better than they were the day before. So I invite you to come take a look at what we do behind the scenes so that you kind of get the big picture, because obviously I think everybody knows that what you see on Facebook on the person's profile or main page isn't always what you get. And I leave you lastly with something that I've been doing. I work one-on-one with my coaches, and I really try to help them stay on the journey, stay with us. And so one of the assignments I gave a coach about 2 or 3 weeks ago on one of our one-on-one private calls, and that's what you do get if you join the team, is you get one-on-one with whoever your coach is, and plus you get the support of myself if you sign up under a coach underneath me, and then my coach Becky and her sister Christina. But I asked her to write down the benefits of coaching. So I wanted to read to you as we wrap up this call. Number 1, to belong somewhere. Number 2, to feel valued and loved. 3, to add value to others. 4, to build my own family, not by blood, but by choice. Number 5, because I'm good at it. 6, to have real friendships. 7, to stand on my own 2 fucking feet. 8, do not have anyone tell me how to live my life ever again. 9, to provide an income for my family and not depend on anyone else but me. 10, to make up all the time I threw away with my kids. 11, to rebuild the relationships with my kids. 12, to make memories with my kids. 13, for my kids to know they can always count on me. 14, to be fucking happy. 15, to never self-destruct again. 16, freedom. 17, to have someone honestly look at me and say I changed their life. 18, to matter. 19, to have a choice. 20, to travel. 21, to spoil others and to be spoiled. 22, to love. 23, to never miss another milestone in my kid's life. 24, to save others from a lifetime of self-hate. 25, accountability. And at the bottom it says in no particular order. Nowhere in that list of 25 things about the benefits of coaching did that coach share anything about I wanted 6-pack abs, or I wanted financial freedom, or I want to go on a trip. This was the things that coaching brings to our lives that so many people don't understand. And these are the things that I offer. What I'll share with you about that coach was because of what I do and I feel so passionately about it, and because of the people that are brought into my life. I met this person a couple years ago, and we became friends, and we are encouraged all the time by our CEO, Carl Deichler, to care about people, to not look at them as a number, and to reach out and build relationships with people and to help change their lives with our products, but not sell our products to them, but change their lives with our products. And she's somebody that I reached out to because I just cared, and because I truly do love the people that come in my life, and I truly want to fill whatever void it is that you have in your life, whether it's financially or family or depression, whatever it is. And I reached out to her one time, just like I've been taught to do, because of what Beachbody has given me, because they've encouraged us to do personal development, because I care about other people just as much as I'm learning to care about myself. And she didn't tell me until I guess about 6 months later that she was going to end her life the night that I happened to just reach out to her to say hi. And so those are the things why I'm still here. Those are the things that I share with you that are real. There are people out there who are suffering alone, who are looking for somewhere to belong, who are looking for someone to love them, and looking to make a difference and help other people through their pain. And so I don't know what your story is. I don't know what you want in life. All I know is that if we work together, I can help you. I can help you feel like you matter. I can give you a safe place to come, and I can help you get over whatever it is that's holding you back in life. And so I just want to leave you with those thoughts about what that person said. And there's so many other stories that I could share and talk for hours, but I did promise everyone, for the sake of your time, and I want to be respectful that each call would be 30 minutes. So the next part will be on Monday at 9:30 Central Standard Time. If you want to join us, I will upload this to my YouTube channel and then post it in the event invite for you to share with anybody. And if this is not for you at this time, but you know somebody who might need this, because we all see those people on Facebook who are just crying out for help because they're alone, crying out for help because they have, gotten back test results from a doctor that, are not favorable and their life depends on it. And there's people out there who, their weight is really holding them back and affecting their relationship. Whatever it is, you have people on your friends list, I'm sure, or in your life that need this. If this is not for you, please pay it forward and share it with somebody else, the gift that comes with coaching. And to everybody who's part of Team Relentless, thank you so much for riding the storm out with me and continuing to help other people. I love you guys. And the next call is on Monday. So if you want to join in or have other people want to join in, please do. Have a great night. Oh, and if you want to be part of the Team Relentless group for the next week, private message me or post in the event invite so that the coach that invited you can put you in there. So anyways, that's it. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any coaches, did you have anything you wanted to add? No?
Jen is awesome.
All right. Thank you, guys.